Yeah. Shut up, bitch. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Acknowledge me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome back to another episode of the Dope Sports Podcast, brought to you by dopecontent.com.
Yeah.
We are joined by Tony from Get the Tables once again, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
We are live on YouTube, I believe, Twitch, Twitter. I always get these T's wrong. We're live on Twitter. We're live on Twitch. Twitch just now sent out the notifications. Thank you, Streamlabs. We're live on Facebook, on Dope Content's Facebook as well. So
Yeah.
come on in. But we're not here to waste time. So if you're late, you're just late. I don't know what else to tell you. You know, we're going to get through the show regardless. So if you're late, that is on you. Start coming in on time, because we got a lot to talk about, and we don't like being up all day. So, before we get into it, how's everything going? How was Christmas and everything?
Pretty good. Everything went good over here. How about yourself?
It was good, man. Happy holidays. WWE fan. Look, WWE fan is on time for once. Shout out to WWE fan.
Yeah, congratulations. Good
Well,
job, buddy.
I ain't gonna say for once. He's not Rob. He's always on time.
Yeah, Rob's always late, yeah.
Okay, I was supposed to have my chat box up here, and I still don't see my chat box. This is crazy. No notifications, anything. Really? Well, I know Twitch just sent theirs out. Where's my freaking chat box, bruh? I would have went live on Instagram if I would have known the chat box still wasn't going to show up. Let me see something. Yeah, I got it on and everything, and it's still, this is crazy. But anyway, we're live. Shout out to everybody on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, please hit the like button for us. Help us go a long way.
Yeah.
Twitch, you already know what it is. I don't know why you didn't get the notifications. Twitter, we're live as well. Facebook, we're live. Hit the like button on Facebook. It helps it go a long way as well. But yeah, man, holidays, Christmas. What's Christmas? You know, once you're grown, you know, it's more of you buying stuff for everybody else and watching them have fun and open the presents, and you just be like, whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like whatever you don't like is coming back. Oh, look, it showed me liking myself on the stream on Facebook. There we go.
Hey.
I just had to test out to see if the Facebook notification was working, and there it is. So shout out to Facebook. But yeah, Christmas was Christmas. It was cool, man. It's ugly out here in Texas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, muggy.
It's everybody else is enjoying either the snow or the sunny weather, and we out here getting thunderstorms and crap.
Yep.
So yeah, you know how it is. But Christmas was still good, chilling with the family and everybody like that. What you mean no show here? What you talking about, WB fan? I don't know what you.
Snow.
Oh, you said snow. That look like show over here on this screen. I don't have a chat box, so I'm trying to read the small letters that's actually on the stream.
Oh, good luck with that.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, well, but yeah, appreciate everybody joining. But we're here to talk about the NBA versus NFL on Christmas Day. What did you watch? NCAA bracket. Did they get it right after what we saw? The first round of the playoffs, and right now it ain't looking too hot. It ain't looking too hot. But let's get into it. So let's go ahead and get into the NCAA. We're gonna go ahead and switch this screen to NCAA before we play the intro, and let's talk about the results. So first off, you had Texas take out Clemson 38-24 in Texas. So Texas will take on Arizona in the Chick-fil-A Bowl next round. Ohio State blew out Tennessee 42-17. So Ohio State will take on Oregon in the Rose Bowl. Then Penn State blew out SMU 38-10. So that means Penn State will take on Boise State in a Fiesta Bowl. Oh, that I don't know if you've seen that spread for that game. That is crazy. It's crazy.
No, I haven't.
We'll get into it. Notre Dame took out Indiana, and Notre Dame will now be playing Georgia in the All-State Sugar Bowl in the next round. So I got all my. I think I did pick Tennessee to beat Ohio State, and I wanted SMU to beat Penn State, but all the home teams won. It was pretty simple. They dominated the home field. Did you get to see any of these games?
Yeah, I watched majority of the games. I mean, by halftime the games were pretty much over, most of them.
Yeah,
I didn't really get to see the Ohio State and Tennessee game.
You didn't miss nothing at all. That was probably the worst one of them all.
But yeah, it looks like that was not competitive. Texas and Clemson was the most competitive game we got in the first round. Clemson was giving Texas a little bit of a run for a little bit, and Texas kind of ran away from it in the second half.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know, man. I think you could just see by the matchup, some of these teams were just overpowered, especially SMU going against Penn State. I don't think anybody thought SMU stood a chance against Penn State at all. And then you had obviously the other one where it was Notre Dame and Indiana. A lot of people thought Indiana was kind of a pretender. They had a weak schedule. They didn't really play anybody, and when they did, they lost. So kind of proved some people right with that narrative on Indiana. But yeah, I don't think we were shocked at any of the outcomes. I think people thought maybe the Ohio State and Tennessee game would be a little bit closer.
Yeah, that's the one I picked the road team to win. I said Tennessee should upset Ohio State, especially considering what just happened to Ohio State 2 weeks before. So
yeah, losing to Michigan and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I expected Ohio State to kind of lay an egg. You know, everybody was saying coach should be fired and yada yada. So I just assumed that they wasn't gonna come out like they should. But shout out to Ohio State for getting the win. Do you think Miami, South Carolina, and Alabama should have been in one of those spots?
I mean, to have a more of a competitive game, yeah, probably so.
But who you taking out? Because I mean, I get that SMU lost to Clemson in the ACC championship, but Miami didn't even make it to the ACC championship because they lost to Syracuse. So, you know, you gotta you got to put that in there too. So
Yeah, it's tough. Like I don't think they got it wrong on who they put in the playoff, but I do think if we would have gotten like the Alabamas or the Miamis or South Carolinas in it, I think it would have been a lot more of a competitive game. I'd probably think a lot of people thought Indiana shouldn't have made it. They should have been one of the teams left out. But again, I don't think the decisions on who they had in it was wrong. I just think obviously if we had, the three teams you mentioned in there instead of them, we probably would have had a little bit more of a competitive game.
I like Miami. I get their case, but if you put Miami in, you probably would have had to put Alabama in because they had Alabama skip. They had Alabama skip Miami.
Yeah.
Before right before the playoffs started. So if you put Miami in, you got to put Alabama in, which means you either taking out SMU and Indiana, which I don't even know about. You would have to take out Clemson, but Clemson won. That messed the whole thing up when Clemson won ACC championship over SMU. That's when things kind of, took a turn and it went bad because it's like, okay, they wasn't nobody expecting that. So it would have been a little bit easier if Clemson would have went on and took that L, or if SMU would have went on and did their thing. But it's just not the case. I'm really mad that my chat is not showing up again, bro. Like I don't understand what's going on, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and make our predictions for these next round of games. Texas and Arizona Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. Texas is favored by 13.5.
Yeah, I don't think Arizona State stands a chance against Texas Longhorns. They got a pretty easy path to the national championship, if you're asking me. I'm gonna go with the Longhorns. I think it'll be a blowout by halftime.
Jay Cross said he comes in with the foolishness. How about them Buckeyes? Yeah, good job, bro. Y'all did good. Y'all did good. I ain't gonna say nothing because I picked y'all to lose that game. So shout out to the Buckeyes. But I would love for Arizona State to beat Texas because what would make this funny? First of all, they're the underdogs, so I like underdog stories. But what would make this funny is Texas leaves the Big 12, goes to the SEC, and then lose to a Big 12 team. I think that would be hilarious. And the big WB fan said the suck eyes. Well, that's disrespectful. Disrespectful. Yeah, it's disrespectful. But I'm gonna have to take Texas as well. I hope Arizona State wins, but I'll take Texas. This one is gonna be this might be a banger here. Ohio State versus Oregon, Rose Bowl.
That one should be a fun game. Neutral field, so Oregon does not have the home field advantage, which would definitely help them in this game. I think a lot of people are still counting out Ohio State, and obviously Oregon is probably favored because they're the number 1 seed, and obviously people probably think that they're better than Ohio State. But I'm gonna go with the upset. I'm gonna go Ohio State over Oregon.
I'm gonna take Oregon. Ohio State is favored actually.
Are they?
2.5? Yeah, they're actually favored by 2.5.
I'm surprised.
So I'm gonna take. I'm gonna actually take. There we go. There the chat. Now it's coming through. Okay, good. Something just happened on my screen, but it brought up the chat, so I will take it. Thank you. But I'm taking Oregon in this game. Oregon got a bye week. Ohio State just came off a heartbreak of Michigan, and then they just dominated Tennessee. I'm gonna take Oregon. I'm gonna take the rest versus Rust on this one.
Okay.
I'm struggling with this, even though Penn State is favored by 11. Penn State versus Boise State.
Yeah, again, Penn State, just like Texas, has a pretty easy path to the national championship.
You think that's easy? You sleeping on Boise?
I don't think Boise stands a chance, man. I don't think Boise State
J. Craw
should even be the number 3 seed, to be honest with you. But
they undefeated.
It is what it is. Their undefeated streak ends against Penn State.
Yeah, I want to take Boise State in this, but I'm gonna take Penn State as well. I can't do that one. Notre Dame and Georgia, Sugar Bowl. I mean, that's pretty much a home game for Georgia.
Yeah, I don't see. This one should be an interesting one because I'm not sure, honestly, if this is a shoe-in for Georgia. I know Notre Dame is always the team that makes it and then loses. They're always kind of the team that always makes the playoffs or goes into that high bowl game.
They're the Cowboys, yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they lose. And I know Georgia's very talented. Obviously, they're SEC champs.
They're without their starting quarterback.
Yeah, they are without their starting quarterback. They've been there before, though, so they have experience.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I'm going to go with the upset. I'm going to go Notre Dame over Georgia.
That's the one team I'm not taking the upset on is the Georgia SEC / NCAA. Nope. If Georgia is going to lose, it's going to be in the final game. They're not losing any time beforehand. Their defense is just too fast. They're too physical. Notre Dame ain't going to be able to keep up with Georgia. So I got Georgia in that game. Georgia's only favored by 2.
Okay.
So
yeah, that feels about right. I just have a feeling that Notre Dame is maybe destined to make it to the national championship.
Yeah, so there it is. That's the NCAA talk right there. I still think that it's easy to say, oh, they got it wrong now because every game was pretty much a blowout, but
right, yeah,
technically they put the right teams in.
I mean, if you're going by the selection, yeah, I think they pretty much got the teams right who are in.
Yeah, like the only question mark was Miami being in, but Miami again, they have 2 or 3. They have 2 losses versus SMU, who just lost in the championship game. So that's tough.
Yeah, and it was a competitive game too. It was not like they got killed by Clemson as well. So
yeah,
I mean, I think like we said at the beginning that they got the teams correct, but if there was, an Alabama, Miami, South Carolina in those spots instead of Indiana and SMU, that we may have gotten a more competitive game. Again, we don't know for sure though.
I think Alabama, just because how the SEC is set up, where every road game in the SEC is it's like that playoff atmosphere.
Right. Yeah.
So
absolutely.
I think Alabama would have been able to, and South Carolina would have been able to handle that crowd, those away crowds, better than those 2 ACC teams in Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
So
I agree. Yeah, absolutely.
The Tennessee just laid the egg. I just don't understand what happened there. They just made the SEC look horrible. But Christmas Day. Wait a minute. Don't play the intro yet. Christmas Day.
Jumping the gun on you.
We had LeBron versus Pat Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, and CJ Stroud, Russell Wilson, Luka, and Kyrie, Anthony Edwards. NBA just loaded it up, and then NFL tried to give you 2 solid games. And I saw something that was hilarious. It was hilarious. One person, I don't know who this person is because I don't follow him, but they was like, I just noticed it's all black quarterbacks playing on Christmas.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then somebody else put like a little African hat on a kid that's eating corn. He's like, oh, so the black quarterbacks can't spend Christmas with their families? I just busted out laughing. I was like, bro, y'all are hilarious. It's funny though. I joked about it. Hopefully they wasn't serious. Some people be taking that stuff too seriously, but it was hilarious to me. What did you watch? Did you watch more NBA or did you watch NFL?
Well, I watched the first game, which was the Spurs and Knicks game.
Of course.
But I didn't watch a single minute of the Mavs and T-Wolves game. I won't lie to you on that.
It's disrespectful.
So I guess you could say I watched more. I don't know. Honestly, I think I watched probably about the same because I did watch both of the football games, but ended up turning them off because there were blowouts. I mean, Baltimore pretty much handled Texans pretty easily from the get-go, and the Chiefs kind of took over in the second half. So I caught the little bit of the Lakers and Suns game. Same with the Nuggets.
Warriors.
Suns. I'm sorry. No, Lakers and Warriors, Nuggets and Suns games. I watched a little bit of both of them. So I guess about the same. If you're asking me who had the more entertaining games, it was the NBA.
All day.
Yeah, the NBA games were I think all of them were pretty entertaining. They killed it on Christmas Day.
Yeah. I think overall I ended up watching more. I think I watched more NBA yesterday. Cause I kind of started to watch the Netflix, the Chiefs and Steelers, and then just to see how it was, how I was looking and if it was going to be smooth and yada yada. And it was cool. I was like, man, this is clear. The audio is good, But the game I just didn't care for. I'd rather watch the Spurs versus the Knicks because I don't get to see Wemby on national TV a lot. And then again, he's playing in the Garden, so any star like that, they go to the Garden and try to clown. My only problem with Wemby yesterday, he's shooting too many doggone threes to be that tall. Like, yeah,
but the thing is, he's shooting like over 35% from three. So
I
mean, I get what you're saying, and there's times to me when he's shooting shots, and I'm like, what are you doing? But he's making them. So, I mean, I get it. Like, I don't disagree with what people are saying. But he's not what people want him to be. He's not a low post player. He's not going to back you up. And
he's still thin too to be trying to.
He's more of a guy that shoots over you. He takes you off the dribble and shoots over you. And as you saw last night or afternoon, he was killing it, man. He had 43 points, 6 for 13 from three. So I mean, he was killing it. But obviously, he didn't get enough help from other people on the team. But I get what people are saying, what they want him to shoot less threes. But when you're shooting over 35% from three, it's kind of hard not to. I mean, he's shooting better 3-point percentage than LeBron.
I mean, that's LeBron. LeBron ain't.
I mean, it is LeBron, but I'm just saying, like, it's just you put it in perspective. He's shooting better than some of these other guys in the league that shoot way more than him.
Yeah.
So
it was just certain times in that game where I was like, bro, you could easily just turn around and just dump it out, but you ran out on a pick and pop, or you have a pick and roll, pick and pop option with Chris Paul, and it was times where you could have easily rolled and got an easy dunk because can't nobody.
No, I agree.
And he stopped out and shot a three, and I was like, come on, man.
No, I agree. There's lots of times where he should roll instead of pop out, but again, he's a rookie. He's not rookie, excuse me. He's very young. He's still learning, and those things he'll learn with Chris Paul as the point guard, the veteran leadership that he provides. If I know you don't watch a lot of the Spurs games, but he coaches a lot. He takes them aside and talks to them a lot during the game. So I think he's trying to get Wemby into hey, you don't always have to pop out and shoot a three. There's opportunities to use to drive into the lane and dunk or layup or possibly get fouled or whatever have you.
Yeah.
And again, I agree. There's times in the game yesterday, I think in the first 5 minutes of the game, he shot so many threes and he wasn't making them. Finally, he got going, but I see where you're coming from.
And then once he got going on the pick and roll, they started playing the pick and pop, waiting on the three. And I'm like, bro, you can easily get to the paint. And it's a close game because Bridges was going off. Y'all couldn't stop him for some reason. Y'all made him look like KD all of a sudden. I don't know what was going on with that. But good games, man. Good games. Dallas lost. Luka is injured. He's out for a while now. Normally I would be worried about it, but the way this team has been, I believe they're 6-2 without him this year anyway. So this team is pretty deep, and they can handle it this year. But I don't like Luka getting injured again, non-contact. It's just like, man, it's Christmas time. This is when you're supposed to be trying to get healthy and start making that push for that, all-star push and playoff push. But, it is what it is on that. Mavs will be fine. Klay Thompson. I just need him to get one more point. A free throw, anything. I would have won $500 on a parlay I played. But since he didn't get that extra point, I only won $40. So I was mad about that.
Just to touch on Luka real quick, I see what you're saying with the they'll be fine, and more than likely they might be fine because they still got Kyrie and Clay and everyone else, but it's not very promising when you got Luka getting constantly hurt. He's kind of
he never healed that injury. That's the problem.
Yeah, he just I don't know. I don't want to say he's injury prone, but it seems like this guy can't stay healthy.
Nah, he ain't injury prone because he always there in the playoffs and stuff. So I wouldn't call him injury prone, but he has nagging injuries that he always rushes back and never fully heals from. And that's the problem. So like this time you need to just relax and heal. Like heal your body up, come back February or whenever, after around All-Star break and etc. Or hell, go through All-Star break. Then you even get even more time to heal up and then come back for the final push. Like he never fully heals. That's always been a problem with him.
Yeah, man.
Trap G's in the building. Appreciate it.
I would definitely try to keep him out as long as you can. Obviously, he's gonna probably try to rush back and play.
Right.
But I think y'all are 19-10, 19-11, something around those lines. So
yeah,
I think y'all will be okay.
Yeah, they in the fourth seed right
now. There's no need to rush him back right now. Definitely not.
But NBA put on a strong showing, man. I don't know what the NFL ratings are, but the NBA.
The NFL killed it. Really? Yeah, both games got over 24 million.
24 million. Gee, it is Netflix. It is Netflix.
The biggest stream I think in history. I think I saw.
Hey,
let me look it up.
Netflix held up. Everybody worried about the servers after that Tyson fight that had 60 million people. But it was like, it's 60 million people.
24.2 million average viewership for the NFL Christmas doubleheader.
Jeez, that's
24.3 for the Ravens, Texans, and 24.1 for Chiefs and Steelers.
Can you imagine? What do you think that first Monday Night Raw is going to do on Netflix?
I don't know, man. I don't want to put like high expectations on it because I mean they're going all in. Obviously, it's kind of like a PLE on a Raw.
Yeah.
I think it could crack 2-3 million. It depends on what the Monday Night Football game is, obviously. I
think they're getting 5 to 10 million.
Woo.
If the NFL can debut at 24 million and it's none of them are the Cowboys games. So like, you know how it is when Cowboys play. Mm-hmm. Yeah, nah. But shout out to the NFL for that. Netflix is getting money. Beyonce did get 60 million. I saw that part.
That's wild, bro.
Yeah, Beyonce got 60 million. I know a lot of people that don't watch the NFL, but they tuned in. They was tweeting and like, "Hey, when does Beyonce start?" And they watched that and they left. So
probably, yeah.
Makes sense. But NBA did a great job as well. They were up 84%. They got the most watched Christmas view, or the most. Let me say this right. The most views on a Christmas since 2023. So shout out to NBA.
Yeah.
You got to give them credit too. They put on bangers. NBA had a better showing, in my opinion.
I mean the games are better. Yeah.
Absolutely. But let's go ahead and play this intro. Then we'll get right into what's up, Mr. Boggs. Let's play this intro. We get right into the NFL. Yeah, there we are. That's the intro. Everything is running smoothly. Appreciate you joining once again. We are live on Twitch, Twitter, Dope Contents, Facebook, YouTube. I believe that's it. We didn't go live on Instagram or TikTok today. So appreciate y'all joining.
LeBron saying NBA's for Christmas.
I mean, it is for Christmas. I mean, Christmas is for the NBA. Yes.
Don't mess around, man. Goodell's gonna put.
It'll be Cowboys versus Chiefs next year, right?
Yeah. So you gotta watch out.
I mean, it's kind of cheating though when you put it on Netflix because more people watch Netflix than they watch cable.
I mean, let's be real though. If NFL was on, people would be watching it over NBA.
I don't know. After when second half started, I switched off the Chiefs game.
You know, I mean, people may switch mid-game if it's depending on the outcomes, but more people
NFL
are
is gonna
yeah, more people are gonna watch the NFL over the NBA.
Yeah, especially now. But you the one brought up LeBron. Why you talking about you don't care? You brought him up. You didn't say nothing about it. But yeah, so you got to care a little bit. He said, "What we think about you, man, Jimmy Butler? As long as he don't come to Dallas, I'm good. I don't need that type of. We don't need to spend that type of money for him.
He's gonna go to Golden State.
That's fine. Do that. Do whatever you got to do. Just don't come to Dallas messing up the chemistry and the roster because we're gonna have to give up 4 or 5 players just to match him. So, you know what I'm saying. But I mean, NBA, you got to start taking the stand. Christmas is the NBA's day.
I mean, it was. I don't know if it is.
Yeah,
anymore.
it probably ain't no more. But yeah, that's why I'm saying you see the NFL doing that. Like, stick to Thanksgiving, man. Got these people playing on Christmas. That's the NBA. It's like the NBA start. You know what I'm saying? People don't start watching the NBA until Christmas games. A lot of folks do that.
True. That's why I think Barkley said the NBA shouldn't start till Christmas.
And then what we gonna do in October?
Football.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. You're right. I forgot. Yeah, you're right. But during the week, you know what I'm saying? We got football Saturday, Sunday thing, and Thursday. Don't know about the Thursday games suck.
I mean, you got Monday too. Well, you said Monday. Did you say Monday? Yeah,
no, I didn't. Monday games have been kind of bad too.
I mean, Thursday games have been hit or miss ever since they moved them to Thursday. I mean, it's very rare that in an NFL season you get a good Thursday night game. I think how many have we had this year? I think maybe 2.
The one last week ended up being actually all right, even though nobody cared to watch it.
Bucks Falcons game. There was another one too that was a pretty solid Thursday night game. But there's very rare instances where we get like really good.
Was it Denver and somebody the other week too, or was that Monday night? That was a Monday night game that Denver won. That was good.
I think it was Chargers Denver last week, which was still a good game. I mean, this year the Thursday night games have been a little bit better. The thing is, they schedule like the worst. Obviously they don't know what the outcomes of some of these records will be by the time these two teams play. So, for example, I think we got the Panthers on a Thursday night game, and it was like not
Panthers
really good.
Always on Thursday.
We had
night.
the Jets in back-to-back games, obviously they had high expectations for them. So, it's not the NFL's fault, but they're putting these teams on Thursday, and they're just not living up to what their expectations were. But I don't think the NBA is watched enough to where anybody cares until, like you said, after Christmas or around Christmas time.
Yeah.
I mean, you're obviously a Mavs fan, so you probably watch a lot more NBA games than the usual casual NBA fan. But I don't think a lot of these, casual NBA fans really give a shit about NBA until
Christmas. That's what
Christmas or a little bit before the All-Star break or after.
Yeah, that's why I'm not upset with LeBron and KD saying they want Christmas to stay their day, and because they know how important Christmas is for the NBA. They know the ratings are down this year as well, which we talked about last week. So I don't mind them coming out saying, I mean, especially LeBron, because LeBron is the face of the league. He has to say something. Everybody else, they can do whatever, but LeBron has to say something.
And I do like what Jeff brought up in the chat. I do like what the NFL do. And if there is a game that is not great, like what they did this Sunday night, they flexed the Commanders and the Falcons game to Sunday night, and I think I don't know what game they moved out from that game, from Sunday Night Football. I like how they flex games when they're not good. Yeah, I do like that concept of the NFL, where the NBA they don't do that, but most of the time the NBA don't put on scrub teams on national television.
I'm saying, Jay Cross, we know the ratings are down, but Christmas is their most important day. We're not saying the ratings are bad because of Christmas. We're saying Christmas, even with the ratings down, is still their most important day. That's when majority of the random casuals start watching basketball. So that's why Christmas, they take offense to NFL during Christmas, because they know this is our day. This is when people start coming to watch. That's why they put all these type of matchups. Oh, Okay, but yeah, it's I'll take offense to it too if I was the NBA. if another league just starts doing Christmas and they already dominating everything, what you need the Christmas day for?
No, I agree. I mean,
So-
if you're an NBA, you're like, damn, bro, like really,
Yeah, like what are you
know,
trying to do? What are you trying to do to us?
Like I get it. Like I wouldn't be happy about them taking viewership from my product. Like,
Right.
I agree, but that just tells me that next year, Adam Silver's gonna really have to stack these Christmas Day games. Like he's gonna have to really put the top tier of the teams of the players that are very popular on television, where they can try to compete with the NFL.
I mean,
on
you got
Christmas Day.
you got the Western Conference Finals rematch between the Mavericks and the Minnesota. So it was supposed to be Luka and Kyrie versus and his team. You got Bron versus Steph, which they always kill against each other.
Yeah.
They put Wemby in the Garden. I mean, it's Wemby in the Garden. That's what you're supposed to do on Christmas, right? So
I mean, New York always plays on.
yeah,
on Christmas
it's the
season,
Garden.
too.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that the matchups weren't strong enough, but they may have to. I don't know. They might have to beef it up a little bit. Maybe switch around some of those. Like honestly, I think the highest viewership was the Warriors and the Lakers game.
LeBron and Steph.
Obviously for LeBron versus Steph. But I'm curious. Now I get it. Small market team San Antonio, but they do got Wembanyama. How much would have a Wemby versus LeBron done? I wonder what that would have done. The future versus the present, type of deal. They obviously went with the, more popular team game, which was the Warriors and the Lakers. But maybe next year you go Wemby in LA, have him visit LA against LeBron, and then maybe you have some other team go to New York. What's the team right now rivaling the Knicks? Maybe the Celtics, maybe the Sixers. I don't know, but
it should be the Sixers after last year's playoffs, but the Sixers sucked this year.
So they haven't had a great start, but I really do think that they need to stop going with the same old. It feels like it's always Lakers Warriors and Christmas, or the Celtics and Sixers on Christmas,
But
it would be nice to kind of switch up these power teams and get them facing like Luka in the Garden. Come on now, that would have been Kyrie in the Garden.
Yeah,
against Jalen, his former team. And then you could have put, Golden State versus the Boston Celtics. You're going to tell me that nobody's going to watch that game? Or have Philly take on Jokic and the Denver Nuggets. There's other ways to have these.
You never know if
teams.
Embiid is going to play, though.
That is true, but it's Christmas. I think Embiid's going to play on Christmas,
I wouldn't watch. I wouldn't care for that matchup on Christmas, honestly.
Maybe Phoenix and, some other team. You got to kind of switch it up. This team, Kansas City and Pittsburgh, got 24 million people watching. Now, granted, Pittsburgh is playing well right now. They are in the hunt of the playoffs. If you're telling me right now, if the Steelers were below 500 out of the playoff race, you still don't think 24 million people still watch that game? I think they do.
It'll probably be 19 or 20 million.
I don't know, man. I still feel like they would still get the same amount of viewership. I think the NFL is hot right now, and I think the NBA needs to start switching it up a little bit and have some of these stronger players play each other.
You can't get no better than the matchups really you got yesterday. This goes back to last week when we said there's really no star power. It's LeBron, and then it's Steph, and then it's a whole bunch of mid to upper card guys. Like if we take in wrestling terms, it's one John Cena, LeBron, and then there's Steph, who's Triple H or somebody, and then we have all these other guys that's very good, but they just not there yet to pull in those numbers. Like you're right. You have to put Steph versus LeBron. That's a given at this point until somebody else steps up. Now maybe Ja, because if you look at the list that I posted, Ja Morant and LaMelo are actually, top 5. So maybe you could do a matchup with them for the younger, the teenagers, preteens, and all them. Maybe that gets something. I don't know. But a lot of people tuned into the NFL yesterday just out of curiosity because it's on Netflix. How's the NFL going to look on Netflix? Now, they did give you, on paper, 2 good matchups. But me, I didn't care for the Chiefs Steelers. I just wanted to see what Netflix was going to do and how it was going to look. So that's why I tuned in to begin with, because I didn't care to watch that game over Wemby in New York, which it probably sounds crazy, but I'd rather watch Wemby in the Garden and see what he do versus the Chiefs and the Steelers. And I tuned in just because I wanted to see how it was going to look. So I think that's why it did the numbers that it did, even though the NFL was going to kill it regardless. But I think at least 4 million was probably like, let's just see what this is. Let's just see what it's about. And then we're going by our day. So
yeah, true. Yeah.
But yeah, let's get into the NFL. I guess it's weird because we got 2 games yesterday. So let's week 16 recap. Broncos lose to the Chargers. Chargers 30. They put up 34 points. Chargers win 34-27. Both teams are 9-6. So big win for the Chargers on that as far as playoff race. Any thoughts on that game?
No, not really. I think I had the Broncos winning that game. I was a little bit surprised to see the Chargers win, but again, you get a great comeback victory for the Chargers after losing to the Bucs the following weekend, and it was a must-win game for them Thursday against Denver, and they showed up and won the game. So a good win for them.
Power rankings are going to be weird this week because we got 2 games that happened yesterday.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I guess both teams won because the Chiefs won, the Ravens won, so they both won last week as well. Chiefs beat the Texans. I'm gonna just go through these games and you let me know which one you want to stop me on to talk about. Chiefs beat the Texans 27-19. Chiefs are 14-1 after yesterday's win as well. Texans are now 9-6 after losing yesterday as well to the Ravens. Ravens, they beat the Steelers 34-17. That was a big game. Pretty much the division was on the line for those guys. Lamar's MVP, just saying. Or it's not a runaway for Josh Allen like people thought it was. Lamar doing his job. I mean, you gotta see it. You gotta see it, Tony. You gotta open up to Lamar. He might get it. I doubt it though, but here 15-23, 207 yards, 3 touchdowns. He did have a pick. I thought Dak was the only one that throws interceptions, but Lamar did have a pick, but he did have 3 touchdowns against the Steelers. Let me see what he said. I just need my Colts to win a few more and sneak in the wild card. Mr. Boggs. Good luck with that. We'll see who they playing this week. The Falcons blew out the Giants 34-7. Falcons are 8-7. Michael Penix gets the start. He threw 2 picks and a touchdown. He threw 2 picks and 2 touchdowns. So, any thoughts on that, Michael Penix?
I mean, I wasn't impressed.
Yeah.
They played the Giants.
Yeah.
I mean, come on now.
WWE fan, get your ass blocked, all right? We gonna get on that too, because I'm tired of people putting that on. We'll get into that. You about to change the subject real quick, WWE fan. The Lions take out the Bears 34-17. Detroit is 13-2. Chicago is 4-11. Jared Goff had 3 touchdowns, 336 yards. Jahmyr Gibbs 109 yards. Jameson Williams 143 yards and a touchdown. Gibbs had a touchdown as well. The Bengals moved to 7-8. I don't know. Did they get eliminated? No. They actually kept their playoff hopes alive with the win over Cleveland. They win 24-6. Cleveland is 3-12. Joe Burrow 252 yards, 3 touchdowns. Mr. Boggs Colts got a win. They barely beat the Titans 38-30. Colts 7-8, keeping their playoff hopes alive. Titans are 3-12. But Jonathan Taylor, 29 carries, 218 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, he tore it up, man.
Jeez, where did that come from? And he made sure not to fumble the ball before crossing the pylon this time. So, shout out to him. The Rams moved to 9-6. They take out the New York Jets 19-9. Aaron Rodgers, 256 yards, 1 touchdown. Devontae Adams, after that 200-yard game, he had 68 yards and 1 touchdown, back to normal. The Rams, man, 9-6. They're dangerous. The Rams are a dangerous team. I don't think you want to play the Rams in the playoffs. We said this a couple of weeks ago. I don't think you want to play the Rams first round in the playoffs. Any thoughts on that game? 'Cause I know the Jets one of your sleepers.
Well, yeah, embarrassing pick by me.
They're sleeping, huh?
Yeah, they're definitely sleeping. Rams, yeah, they're scary because they got a lot of weapons on the offensive side. Now the defense, they're still young.
Yeah.
I think obviously, they're gonna be probably the weakness of their team come to playoff time, because I think they're gonna make the playoffs. They're gonna win the division. They're gonna get a home playoff game more than likely. So yeah, they're a scary team with Stafford, and then you got Kyren Williams running like the way he is. You got the Puka, and you got Cooper, and they're just playing really, really well on offense. I'm just curious to see what that first round matchup may be for them in the playoffs. So, because it's not going to be an easy one. They're probably going to get Packers or the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
Two teams that I think if you're the Rams, you probably would rather see the Vikings.
Oh yeah.
But it's going to be interesting to see who they play in that first round, and what the game outcome would be. Because the Rams are scary.
Yeah. The Eagles lose to the Commanders 36-33. Eagles are 12-3. Commanders are 10-5. Eagles are still trying to get that home feel in the playoffs, but losing to the Commanders did not help them at all. Jalen Hurts got injured early in the game with a concussion, I believe. He went 1-4 with 11 yards before getting injured. Kenny Pickett came in, went 14-24, 143 yards. Saquon, 150 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns. Jaden Daniels, 258 yards, 5 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, because Dak's the only one that throws picks. Solid win for the Commanders. They finally got a win over a good team, even though it took their quarterback to go out early, and they still barely won. I'm still looking at the Commanders as pretenders.
I am too. I don't feel like this was a huge game for them. I mean, it was a huge game in the outcome as a playoff race, but them being like, oh man, they're like, they're a threat. I don't see it. I do not see them being a threat in the playoffs. I think they'll be one and done in the playoffs as well. It took, again, if Jalen Hurts played that whole game, I don't see the Commanders winning that game at all.
Right.
We saw the downgrade with Pickett in the game. I mean, he couldn't make the throws Jalen would make. He couldn't make the reads or any of the runs or anything like that. It was just a totally different quarterback, obviously, behind center. So I'm not even going to say that was an impressive comeback win by the Commanders. Nice throw by Jaden getting that touchdown at the end. That was a nice throw. I'll give him that. But other than that, I'm not impressed by the Commanders. I'm just curious to see what's going on with Jalen, because he did get a concussion.
I think he's missing this week too.
Yeah, but the thing is too, and I'm not a big Philly enthusiast. I don't like Philadelphia. I don't want to see them do well whatsoever, of course. But no, he gets in concussion, and it's totally different from other quarterbacks. You saw Baker on Sunday take a pretty nasty hit. He goes into the tent, which was like a concussion protocol type deal.
He came right out.
He came right back out. So I'm wondering what else is going on with Jalen that is preventing him from coming back and playing. Because, I mean, unless he got really rocked and it's worse than what they're playing it up to be. It's kind of weird that other quarterbacks have been able to come back into the game and he was not.
Yeah.
With Josh Allen as well, too.
Yeah. With the Commanders winning, they officially eliminated the Cowboys out the playoffs. So you funky Eagles find a way to get us every time. No matter if you're playing us or not. The crazy thing is, this is the one time I picked the Eagles as far as like a ranked matchup versus another team with 10 plus wins. I actually picked the Eagles, and then Jalen Hurts get injured, and then they lose, and the Cowboys get eliminated from the playoffs. Which that part I don't care. They should have been eliminated a long time ago, and I wish this would have happened earlier in the season. But anyway, moving on. Shout out to the Commanders for the win. That's their best win of the season, somewhat. The Panthers take out my sleeper team, the Cardinals, officially eliminating them from playoff contention. So the Cardinals will not be going to the playoffs. Kyler Murray, 20 of 32, 202 yards, 1 touchdown. Hubbard, 152 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a game winner against Arizona. Kyler Murray was on the bench crying afterwards. That was my sleeper team to sneak in. They can't beat the Panthers. You deserve to not make the playoffs, so.
No, I agree, man. But did you watch that game in overtime? It was fucking ridiculous. It was embarrassing.
I watched the fourth quarter to overtime, yeah.
What is Cardinals doing? Like, instead of, punting the ball away, they go for it. They don't get it, and it's one play, and it's over. Like,
yeah.
I didn't understand the mindset or the game plan around that.
Yeah.
Especially with such high stakes involved in the game. I get it if you're, like, out of the playoffs and you're just trying to try to win. Whatever have you.
They didn't take the Panthers seriously.
They did not. They thought, fourth and whatever, we'll get this. Man, it was horrible.
Yeah. So, hey, they are eliminated. So, both our sleeper teams are done. So, Vikings beat the Seahawks 27-24. Pretty good game. Pretty solid game. I thought Seattle was going to pull this off, but no. Vikings win. Vikings are 13-2. So with the Eagles losing, I mean, it's crazy in the NFC. It's crazy in the NFC. Seahawks 8-7. Geno Smith 314 yards, 3 touchdowns. Justin Jefferson 144 yards, 2 touchdowns. Big win for the Vikings. They're still fighting for that number 1 seed. Your Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen, and the Buffalo Bills barely escaped the Patriots. I watched this whole game. And
I knew you would. I
mean, I don't know why CBS thought that anybody wanted to watch Buffalo and New England, but that was the game they put on, right? I was like, you know what? Since it's Josh Allen, I'm not even going to change it. I'm going to just keep it on. Josh Allen, 16-29, 154 yards. 1 touchdown, 1 interception, because I thought Dak was the only one that threw interceptions. QBR of 28.6. Okay. But this is the MVP. Runaway MVP. You're struggling against the Patriots. But, shout out to James Cook for 100 yards and a touchdown, helping Josh Allen escape by victory here. So, what you got on that game?
I always say it when we do these shows. Divisional games, bro. It's a divisional game.
Doesn't matter.
It's going to be a little bit of a tougher game, even though the Patriots are not great. But
it's the Patriots.
I will not deny that Josh Allen did not perform very well.
At home,
I agree. I don't think this lost him in the race for the MVP. I think if anything, Lamar gained a little bit of steps on him, but it's Josh Allen's to lose. I mean, he will have to really perform badly these next couple of games for him to lose that MVP. Now, like Jeff said, he's hurt, man. He's battling some injuries himself.
Sit your ass down. I don't want to hear none of that, man. Everybody's hurt.
Doesn't he have like a broken hand or something? So, like, just give this man credit. He's out there performing at a high level with some pretty serious injuries. So
he's performing. I don't know if that was a high level Sunday, but
every man is due a bad game, my friend, and that was one of his bad games this year.
Lamar's not due a bad game, because if he have a game like that, everybody's he sucked. Derrick Henry carried him. Like, it's like, okay, but James Cook did the same thing.
That's fair. Cook definitely was the win. One of the reasons why they won that game for sure. If not the main reason why they won that game. But
Drake May outplayed him with 261 yards, 22 of 36 with 2 touchdowns. I'm just saying.
Drake May looked good, but I'm not gonna take away anything from my boy. So let's just put it that way.
And Lamar caught hell for not playing. Everybody said, MVP race is over because he lost to the Eagles. Exactly. That's my point. Keep the same energy with Josh Allen, because they about to finish the season with the same record. I got the Bills losing one more game.
Oh, you crazy.
I got to see who they play, but I got them losing at least one more game before the season is over with. And then, head-to-head, strength of schedule, please pay attention to those. Ain't nobody paying attention to that. All right, we'll get into that later. people just be talking. One guy, he's a Josh Allen D rider on my Facebook. Well, the only thing people that know sports, because he saw one of our clips. Only the people that know sports, they focus on QBR. I said, go look at the QBR, dumbass, and come back and holler at me. Of course, he got quiet because the QBR is the same. And then if it was Josh Allen, I think Josh Allen had like a small edge on QBR. Like, but get out of here. Shut up. Stupid. Just QBR. We know football. You don't know shit. Moving on. Raiders. Nobody cared about this game. Raiders beat the Jaguars 19-14. Both teams are 3-12. Good job, Raiders. You got anything on that?
Nah.
Okay. Dolphins. They keep they playoff hopes alive. They eliminate the 49ers while doing so. 29-17 over the 49ers. I know you happy because Brock Purdy did play. He did give you 313 yards, but Brock is eliminated from the playoffs. Dolphins 7-8.
Franchise quarterback for you right there.
There you go. Dolphins 7-8, 49ers 6-9. And yeah, 49ers are gone. So thank you, Dolphins. I'm happy for that. You know, shout out to y'all. You got any thoughts on that game?
Nah, not really. I mean, Miami played a good game. They kept their playoff hopes alive, so good for them.
Here we go. Lord. Cowboys beat the Buccaneers 26-24. Cowboys are 7-8. Tony's Buccaneers are 8-7. Baker Mayfield 31 of 43. He threw the ball 43 times. 303 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception because I thought Dak was the only one that throws picks. Bucky Irvin 16 carries, 68 yards, 1 touchdown. Baker Mayfield 3 for 42. And then Rashad White got the ball 3 times for 10 yards. Cooper Rush, 26-35, 292 yards, 1 touchdown. Rico, after getting 100 yards in the last 2-3 games, only had 23 rushing yards. That run defense at Tampa Bay is crazy. CeeDee Lamb, before getting injured, 7 catches, 105 yards on 8 targets. Brandon Cooks, 3 for 3 with 48 yards. The guy I'm looking for is the 4th round draft pick that we just gave Mingo. And I don't see Jonathan Mingo anywhere. Like, he didn't even get a target or nothing. So, good job, Jerry Jones, you dickhead. But I'm going to let you go first on this game because this is a game you shouldn't have lost. And I told you I was going to be mad if y'all lost this game. So, I'm going to let you go first. Then I'll talk about the Cowboys. Your thoughts. We might get a Tony rant here, y'all. Hold on. Let's see.
It was definitely tough to watch. Our secondary, our defense is ass. Our run defense is good. Don't get me wrong. We got beasts on the defensive line. We don't have a good pass rushing defensive end. We lack there. I mean, we can't get can't get any pressure on the quarterback. You have shitty ass fucking Cooper Rush going for 300 plus yards on our defense. We're supposed to keep Todd Bowles, this defensive specialist, as our head coach. Not only is he the head coach, he's the defensive coordinator for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And you have Cooper Rush darting everybody up on our secondary. It was absolutely pathetic. I will give Bowles a slight pass, not even a bigger than a millimeter of a pass, because we did not have Whitehead, we didn't have Winfield. We are beat up in our secondary, but that does not give him any fucking pass on this. This was pathetic. We played so horrible in that first half. You got Aubrey knocking down nearly 60-yard field goals, and we can't get no stops. CeeDee Lamb pushing off on McCollum, and they call a holding on McMillan. Like, what are they watching out there? And then we get into the second half. Our defense actually shows up, only gives up 3 points to this Cowboys shitty offense that supposedly is just killing us.
Yeah, damn.
And we still lose. Run game was non-existent because we couldn't run worth shit. I don't know what the Cowboys were doing, but they stopped it. Bucky was non-existent as well. You got to give it up to the Cowboys, man. They made some incredible plays. The interception was incredible.
It was.
The fumble was crazy. But to blame the fumble on Baker, you got to be absolutely mentally stupid to think the fumble was Baker Mayfield's fault. What the hell did you want him to do? Oh, yeah, let's take the sack and make it whatever, second and whatever. Are you dumb? Rachaad White had a first down, but decided to, I don't know, be a little bitch and fumble the ball. I just definitely just took the ball away from him.
Right.
Like, what are you doing? We should have played better. We should have shown up. This is a huge game. You know, the Falcons won earlier in the day. We needed to win this game to keep up with the division lead, to keep our playoff hopes alive. Now we have to hope that we win these next 2 games and the Falcons lose at least one. Luckily, they played the Commanders on Sunday Night Football, so our chances are still there. But do I even want to see this team in the playoffs? I don't think I do. I want Bowles fired. I want him out of there. Get Liam Cohen in as the head coach. The only reason why we are even the team that we are right now is because of the offense carrying this team. Because the defense is ass. We can't stay healthy. So many guys are on the IR on that defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
Just, I don't want to say I hope they lose because I never want to see my team lose. But at this point, I want Todd Bowles out. I want him out there, man. He hasn't done anything for us, and since he took over for Bruce Arians, get him out, get Liam in there, build a staff with him, and let's see what we can do. Because at this point, all Buccaneers fans want him gone.
Oh, dang.
Pathetic performance from that defense. Pathetic performance from the Buccaneers, period. The only man that showed any type of damn heart was Baker Mayfield. Now even throw in Mike Evans. But other than that, everybody on that team on defense, other than Vita Vea, played like absolute ass. That's it.
Yeah. Well, listen, we got eliminated before we found out we was eliminated before the game started, and they come out and play some of their most inspiring football of the whole doggone season. And I'm just like, bro, what? Like, at this point, we're eliminated. Go ahead.
That shows me they want to keep McCarthy. Those players want to keep McCarthy,
and that's fine. But you're officially eliminated. We know what we have in Cooper Rush. Why not play Trey Lance to see what you have in him for next year? To decide if you're going to keep him or not. Why are you risking CD health, knowing his shoulder has been messed up since the Atlanta game? Why are you risking his health? I understand that he's a competitor that wants to play, but at some point you got to sit him down. This playoffs are done. He goes out now. He's out for the year.
Yeah, why did they not sit him last week? I agree. Instead of they sit him this week, those assholes. Like, I mean, I would have been nice to not have to play CD Lamb last week.
Like, so
I get it. I hear what you're saying. I just think they played hard for McCarthy. I don't think they want him to get fired.
Okay, well, play Trey Lance and these younger players that game, and then since you got the Eagles and the Commanders coming up, win those games. Go play hard for those games, maybe. To try to just say, oh, we beat our rivals and, you know, that means more to Jerry. But this is what the Cowboys have done this year. They just can't get it right, no matter if they're winning or losing. They just can't get it right. And this has been an issue I've been having all season. You're not making the playoffs. Even if you was going to make the playoffs, you wasn't going to do crap with it, right?
Right, yeah.
Especially with the injuries. They already said they're going to be cheap again next year, which means you need to kill it in the draft. You can't kill it. You can, but it's going to be harder now to kill it in the draft when you keep winning meaningless games.
Yeah.
And then you got a dude that's your third string that you gave up a 4th round draft pick for. You're paying him $5.3 million. That money could have went to Derrick Henry. I believe Derrick Henry's making $8. That 5.3 plus 3, that's 8. You got $20 million in cap space, but you got a $5.3 million 4th round draft pick that's just sitting. You're not in the playoffs. Jerry Jones keep talking about, well, Cooper Rush gave us the best chance to win. It doesn't matter. It's over. Let's see what the man has so you can know what to do with him next season. You gonna let him walk? Or you gonna or you may say, hey, he might got something. Let's make him the second and get rid of Cooper Rush or whatever. Jonathan Mingo, you traded the 4th round draft pick for him. He might play coming up now because CD is out. But why is he not touching the field? Like, you traded the 4th round draft pick and said we had to overpay for him, which you didn't, stupid. Everybody just know you the dumbest team in the league. You're not playing him. He ain't getting no options. Brandon Cooks, he only getting 3 targets a game. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? So you messed up draft capital. You messed up. You're telling us you're gonna mess up free agency again. You got CD injured for the year when he shouldn't have been injured. He shouldn't be playing in them games, or at least in that game Sunday. Dak is already out for the year. You love Cooper Rush for some reason, and you won't play Trey Lance. Like, you won't trade nobody. You didn't get nothing for Tank. Tank is probably going to walk because you didn't trade for him. Like, what are we doing? Like, everything that could go wrong went wrong. It's just dumb decisions across the board all season for the Cowboys. Nothing made sense. Nothing made sense. You was cheap, and then you knew you was gonna blame Dak and use him as your scapegoat, which I don't want to hear because Dak makes $60 million. Pat Mahomes makes $53 million, and look at all the weapons Pat has. He has a top 5 offensive line, top 5 defense, all the wide receivers. When it got Kareem Hunt when Pacheco got hurt, Pacheco is back. So now you got Kareem Hunt and Pacheco. You got D-Hop. You got Juju back. You got you drafted Worthy out of Texas. Hollywood Brown is not injured anymore. You still paying Travis Kelce. They made sure to pay Chris Jones and what's the other wide the cornerback over there? I can't even think of his name right now. I can't even think of his name. McDuffie. They're paying their people and giving their quarterback options. At $53 million, Joe Burrow makes $55. That's another story. Lawrence makes $55. That's another story. They tried to load Lawrence up. The Jaguars just suck. Because Lawrence got weapons out there in Jacksonville as well. Overall, the Jags just suck. That's a coaching problem in Jacksonville, in my opinion. Not a player problem. So don't give me the BS that we can't pay nobody because Dak got $60 million and CD got paid. I don't want to hear that. Like, I don't want to hear that. And this is what we're going to have to deal with again next year. You're going to be drafting around 16 for no reason. Like, you're not making the playoffs when you could have been drafting in the top 8. It just, whatever. Dumbass team. Packers beat the Saints 34-0. For fantasy purposes, the Saints, you are absolutely trash. You couldn't score any points, a field goal, just absolutely trash. Packers are 11-4, Saints are 5-10. You ready to get into the power rankings?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. This team that pissed me off. Now I'm getting mad all over again. Power rankings. Last week we had the Vikings, Lions, Bills, Chiefs, Eagles for Tony. I had the Packers, Vikings, Bills, Chiefs, Eagles for me. Who went first last week?
I think it was me.
Okay. Let me see what the comments said. The Jets already cleaning up. They got rid of their GM. The one that we stood up for, and come to find out he didn't trade for Jerry Jeudy because he had an 81 overall in Madden at the time. Yeah, that's crazy. Freaking idiot. Freaking idiot. Imagine what Jerry Jeudy would have been doing with Aaron Rodgers right now. Mm-hmm. And then they still got Devontae Adams. Like, it would have been crazy. Let's see. You said I went first. You went first, right?
Yes, sir.
Let's get these off of here. Uh-oh. What'd I do? There we go. All right. Whew, this is... I know who number one is. That's a given. Man, this is tough, man. Hold on. So I want to get it right. I really want to get it right every week. Top 5. Who would I put in 5? Somebody's going to get left out. I ain't gonna lie, Tony. I'm struggling with this one.
Yeah. Oh.
I am struggling with this one because I put the Vikings in. Buffalo gotta be in. Detroit, Kansas City. It's out of Philly, Green Bay, and Baltimore.
Yep.
And all of them, like even with Philly losing, Philly still look very dangerous. Like, geez. I'm gonna put the Bills at 5.
Oof, okay.
Just because they didn't have a good showing against New England. So I'm going to drop them to 5. 4, Vikings. If Streamlabs hurry up and type it in there. Come on now. What's up with the lag? 3, I got the Ravens.
3 Ravens. Wow.
Hey, when you beat Pittsburgh and then you dominate
right.
Houston, you even though Houston is gonna count for next week, but still.
All right.
Ravens. That win versus Pittsburgh was huge, and I still think they could beat the Bills and Vikings right now. Dang, I'm leaving the Eagles out. Golly. Because my top 2 is Detroit and Kansas City. So I'm trying to figure out who I'm going to put the Eagles in over. You know what? I'm taking the Vikings out, bro. I'm putting the Eagles at 4.
Wow.
No, they lost. They can stay. Kick rocks, Eagles.
Damn.
Kick rocks, Eagles. Yeah. I got Detroit at 2. Come on, Streamlabs. I typed that an hour ago. And then I got the Chiefs at 1. So,
okay.
Bills, number 5, even though they barely escaped New England, Bills are a tough team. And you got to keep them in the top 5. Vikings, they keep winning. You got to stop sleeping on the Vikings. I got to stop sleeping on the Vikings. Ravens, come back strong. These last 2 weeks, killing it, man. Lamar, Derrick Henry is back in form. The Lions been killing it all year. Chiefs just been killing it. They just won't lose either. So, man, those are my top 5.
Yeah. All right, so I'm not going to go with what happened on this week because easily you could probably put the Ravens in. So I'm going to go by
I put the Ravens over
what
the
happened
Steelers
by this Sunday. So at number 5, this one's tough because I want to...
See?
All right, I'm going to leave Baltimore out. Number 5, the Minnesota Vikings at 13-2. Okay. I'm not sleeping on Baltimore. I just think these teams are a little bit more of a threat at the moment. Now,
Vikings?
I do think Baltimore is starting to pick up some momentum. But I want to wait and see what they look like coming into the playoffs. So I'm going to go Minnesota number 5. Number 4, the Philadelphia Eagles. Only because they lost to the Commanders. I would probably put them higher than the next team up. But since they took an L, I'm going to have to put them at number 4.
Yes,
number 3 is my Buffalo Bills. I'm going to go Buffalo Bills at number 3. Struggled against the Patriots, but I still think if you had any other teams in that AFC other than maybe the Chiefs, they would beat them.
This almost made me take the Bills out and put the Eagles at the Bills spot. Because I still think the Eagles are better, but I got them out, so I can't say nothing right now.
I think the Bills would beat the Ravens if it came down to a one-on-one matchup. Number 2, Lions. And I hate to put them here, but they're playing the best, the Chiefs.
And the Chiefs are starting to get into playoff form.
Right.
Yeah, so it's getting real dangerous. It's getting real dangerous out there. So that's the top 5. Tony: Vikings, Eagles, Bills, Lions, Chiefs. Bills, Vikings, Ravens, Lions, Chiefs for me.
Yeah.
And that is the top 5 power rankings. Let's get into these predictions, which is probably going to be a little shorter now because Jay Cross said hater. I'm sorry, Jay Cross. I tried, bro. Like, I really tried, but I was like, they lost. I gotta take them out just because they lost. But they should. I think they'll beat the Bills if they played the Bills. So that was the tricky one for me. We already had 2 games happen, so I guess we skipped those for sure. Week 17, yes. Seahawks versus Chicago is just kicked off.
I'm gonna go Seattle. It's a must-win for them, so I'm gonna go with Seattle.
Got Seattle as well. Might as well say the score. The Chiefs beat the Steelers 29-10. Ravens beat the Texans 31-2.
Yeah.
Sunday or Saturday actually. Chargers at the Patriots.
Gotta go Chargers.
I don't think did I pick the first game? I got Seattle first game as well. I got the Chargers second game as well. Denver at Cincinnati.
Ooh, this is a must-win for both.
Yeah.
This is definitely a must-win for Cincinnati because I think if they win out and I think Denver loses the next 2 games or something around those lines, they can make the playoffs. So I'm going to go Cincinnati, even though they may not be with T. Higgins. I'm going to still go with Cincinnati.
Jay Cross said F. Houston. Yeah, facts, bro.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I'm a Ravens fan. I'm good with that. So, you know what? Cincinnati probably should. I'm going to take the Broncos. I don't know why. I feel like they're going to lose, but I'm going to take them anyway. Cardinals at the Rams.
Rams
favored by 6.5. I got the Rams as well. Jets at the Bills.
Bills.
Buffalo favored by 9.5.
Damn.
I want the Jets to win, but I got the Bills as well. I wouldn't be surprised though. It's a division game, right, Tony? That's what you say, right?
Division game. Absolutely.
We'll see. Bills at home though, so Raiders. Don't nobody care. Raiders at the Saints.
Let's go Raiders.
Yeah, after laying an egg, F y'all Saints. Y'all messed up the fantasy championship. I could have been in the championship, but whatever. I'll take the Raiders because F the Saints. Colts at Giants.
Colts, 100%.
Colts as well. They're favored by 7.5. Eagles at Cowboys. No
Eagles.
The backup quarterbacks.
No, man. Without Jalen,
It's still Eagles.
They don't got CD. I'm gonna go Eagles.
Yeah, Eagles all day. Eagles still got Saquon. That's all you need. Yeah, Eagles all day. I hate saying that too. But it is what it is. Panthers at Tampa.
I would be lying to say if I was 100% confident the Bucs would win. We just lost another corner to the IR. We might have another starting corner. Jamel Dean not play either. So we may be in trouble in that secondary once again. I would like to think that the Bucs will show up from their loss from last week against the Cowboys and beat the Panthers at home. So I'm gonna go Tampa.
Tampa is favored by 7.5. Eagles is favored over the Cowboys.
Crazy.
Eagles favored over the Cowboys by 7. So, Jake Cross, if y'all lose, I don't care if it's back. I am going to troll just because out of rivalry. Because at this point, we're picking 15 through 18 either way it goes. So it doesn't even matter to me anymore. So now, at least they could do is win out, beat the 2 rival teams, give us something, right? But they probably gonna lose just for that reason, right? But yeah, I got the Tampa Bay in your game as well. Jeez, Titans and Jags.
Who cares?
Battle the first 3 picks.
Titans.
Yeah, I guess by default I'll take the Titans as well. Both teams, 3 and 12, they both go try to lose this game on purpose for that draft pick. This might end in a draw. Dolphins at Cleveland.
Dolphins.
Got Dolphins as well. They favored by 6.5. Ooh, here we go. Packers at Minnesota.
Woo! That's gonna be a hell of a game.
Why is this not Sunday night?
Yeah, I guess only because the playoff implications with the Falcons. I'm guessing, and it's Penix. Maybe they want to have the rookie. I'm gonna go Packers, man.
I got the Packers as well. Minnesota's favored by 1.
Wow. Yeah, I got Packers. I think they're the better team.
Yeah, I got the Packers as well. Falcons at Commanders.
Go Commanders! I'm a Commanders fan this weekend, bro.
I wouldn't. Washington's favored by 4.5. I got the Falcons.
Oh,
I just can't. I mean, I know the
go
Commanders.
Commanders.
I like
What is
Dan
your fight
Quinn.
song?
I like Dan Quinn, but it's the Commanders. I'm sorry.
Go Washington. Go Commanders.
Yeah, whatever they pig, you bunch of pigs. Go ahead, pigs. Detroit at San Francisco.
Detroit.
This probably should have. They put this game on Monday night this late in the season, thinking it was going to be a huge game,
Yeah,
and then
this
the 49ers.
this could have been a NFC Championship preview. Absolutely.
Yeah, I got Detroit as well. Yeah. So there it is. No bye weeks because it's the last 2 weeks of the season, so nobody's on a bye. So we appreciate everybody that came through on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. If you're on YouTube, hit the like button. If you're on Facebook, hit the like button. Appreciate y'all joining. Merry Christmas. I hope y'all had a great Christmas. Detroit defense is banged up, Mr. Boz. I don't think they're going to get well, and it's going to cost them in the playoffs. Yeah. That's an early playoff prediction from me. That Detroit is going to run up against somebody that could put some points on the board. Now, if they play the Commanders somehow, maybe, but playing like Minnesota, Green Bay. I think the Commanders are the only team they can beat in the playoffs right now while banged up. They might be able to play. He said rumor is Hutchins would be back for the Super Bowl. Well, y'all ain't making the Super Bowl. Y'all got to have him to get to the Super Bowl. I'm trying to think. Let's look at the playoff bracket right now if it was to start today before we get up out of here.
If the third, okay, so the highest rated game was Lakers Warriors 7.7, and then it was the Celtics Sixers 5.1, and then the Knicks Spurs 4.9. How about that?
Huh. So if the playoffs were to start today in the NFL, you got Chiefs, Bills, Ravens, Texans, Pittsburgh, Chargers. How many teams making it in the NFL? 6?
I'm not sure. 7?
It might be 7 now because of the bye week. So Chargers, Broncos, and then the NFC: Detroit, Philly, Rams, Falcons, Vikings, Green Bay, Commanders. So yeah, the only team I could see Detroit beating easily, or it probably won't even be easily, but they can outscore them for sure, is the Commanders. They can't. I don't think they'll beat Green Bay. Minnesota is a toss-up. That they might be. Well, Atlanta, but Atlanta's going to get a home game as well. They don't want to see the Eagles or the Rams. It's going to be crazy in the NFC. I can tell you that now. This playoff is actually going to be crazy across the board.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Like, I'm not expecting a bad game from either side. Wild cards normally have like 1 or 2 bad games. Right now, if it starts today, I don't see any bad matchups outside of maybe the Falcons versus whoever. So, and you might get Falcons and Commanders again. So, yeah.
They're going to get the Bucks.
Well, the Bucks better hope the Falcons lose, because right now the Bucks on the outside looking in. So,
unfortunately.
Yeah, because, y'all don't want to beat the damn Cowboys. So, y'all don't want to beat Cooper Rush for whatever reason. But shout out to everybody for coming through. Appreciate y'all. Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube. Anything you want to shout out before we get off?
Nah, if you guys want to watch me stress my balls off, I'll be watching the game on Sunday with the Bucks and the Panthers over on Get the Table's Twitch account. So
what time y'all play again?
Noon. At noon.
Okay.
So if you guys want to hang out and watch me stress, I'll be live over there about around noonish.
Well, there it is. Yeah. So make sure you follow Get the Tables as well, man, for wrestling content as well. SmackDowns, Raw, AEW. They might do Collision every now and then, depending on the card.
Every now and then.
So all the pay-per-views and etc. 401, what's good, man? Merry Christmas to you as well. I might go live again tonight on Twitch and TikTok. Might play some video games, or we might watch some wrestling later on.
Oh yeah.
MJ, the comments disappeared. Merry Christmas to you as well, MJK.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate y'all coming through. Thank y'all.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. What would I have? What I might do, maybe for the playoffs, is when we go live. You know how we used to do it on the wrestling podcast? I used to open it up for people to join in.
Mm-hmm.
I might start doing that. So
nice.
if your team is in the playoffs, you want to make predictions or say something, or if your team get eliminated and you got something to say, you want to get on camera on the show, we're going to start opening it back up. I'm going to start doing this for the wrestling podcast again as well, because people loved it when we did it back in the day. So starting next week, it'll be open. If y'all want to get on the show, I'm going to start dropping the joint link in the chats. That way, y'all be able to get on.
Yeah.
You know, all you need is you can use your phone, you can use whatever. That's, it'll bring you right on. Anything that has a camera, it'll be able to bring you right on. So you can talk about your team, you can talk about whatever sport or topic we talking about, NCAA football, whatever you want to talk about, that's on topic. The only rule is don't get us banned.
Yeah, there you go.
So that is the only rule that we had when we did it on the wrestling podcast. Everybody followed that rule. As soon as somebody said something somewhat crazy, they was out of there. So that's the only rule. Y'all know what it is. So next week we'll start opening it up again. We'll put the joint link in the chat. So if you want to join, just click it, put your name in, turn your mic on, and we there. So appreciate y'all once again for joining. And you got anything else before we get off?
No, thanks for having me. Looking forward to the football games this weekend, and we'll be back next Thursday. Happy New Year to you, Dope, and Happy New Year to everyone in the chat.
Yes, sir. Happy New Year. Happy holidays. Merry belated Christmas to everybody. Hopefully next week we'll have more exciting news for college football versus people just getting blown out.
Yeah, for sure.
So, or do they play next week, or is it starting after New Year's?
I think they play next weekend. Or this weekend, I'm sorry.
This weekend. Yeah, so hopefully we'll have some better news, more exciting things to talk about, because it was just blowout after blowout the first round. So it wasn't that great. So, but shout out to y'all once again. Thank y'all. And until next time, happy holidays. We are out.
Peace, y'all. Have a great one.
Yeah. Get up! Yeah!